Okay, I just had to get my car started because I had to change the position of the steering wheel because that's where y'all are sitting on the steering wheel. Masking. Thank you all for joining me on my goal to getting to 10K subscribers. I'm happy that we're almost at 800. We're like right there at 800. We're right there. We're like right there, right there. So feel free to subscribe today if you come across this video. Feel free to also just show love. Pay it forward. So again, thank you all for coming, being here, and joining me. Um, in today's in today's spiel, we have a lot to unpack. I didn't even give today a title. It's just a lot to unpack. Yesterday, I spoke on some very controversial points. And when I spoke on those controversial points, I feel like there was a ripple effect through my algorithm. Meaning, when I spoke on, the understanding of consciousness and moving forward with the actual evolution of becoming a star seed, when I spoke on these things, TikTok was not allowing me to post my video. I spoke on it 3 times. Hear me? Ah! Wow, that was a big yawn. Yes, that's the truth. TikTok didn't allow me to speak on what I wanted to speak on. I kept wanting to talk about consciousness versus religion versus spirituality. And it kept getting blocked as if the content just wasn't for everybody. And I realized when I was mastering what I had learned in meditation yesterday, one of the higher ups, they have a thing. I don't really want to expose their name. Then again, I mean, I saw the universe coincidentally posted, a guy went live and he said, master it, right? Guy, I think that his name of his platform is Forbidden Knowledge. And they said, master it, right? So I'm in this space of, learning to master what I've learned about spirituality. We have a knave or page of cups. Papa Legba with a message. Someone selfish with their pentacles, their love, their affection, their time, their resources. Be careful, be mindful. So let me say this. I went into that space thinking about how it'd be cool. Excuse me. It'd be cool to rub noses and touch elbows with some people who think like me, who really want to understand consciousness and really study the forbidden knowledge, the stuff that they don't want us to know. They don't want the average person to know. Because it's like my brain naturally downloaded it anyway. I was kind of already watching some of those people on Instagram and stuff and had connected with them previously. So when I had my spiritual awakening, I guess maybe all the knowledge that they knew kind of downloaded into my brain too, because we were all connected neurologically. You have the Fool, which talks about taking a leap of faith. So as I took my shower last night in the gym, I was like, I can't wait to potentially grow in a space with new friends and get to discuss things about consciousness and neuroplasticity and stuff like that. They have the Obambu spirit. Make sure you're keeping watch on your children spiritually, because people out here crazy. And they have a bull at the top. Excuse me. Then we have the Four of Wands, which it talks about peace and harmony. And right now I'm looking into the sky. The sky's like crystal blue, no clouds, no nothing. Right? But you know what that could mean. A whole lot of things. Because it's like kind of like an ashy blue. You see, it's not like that deep blue. So that's what makes me think it's still a layer of like confusion to get past. It looks very clear to the naked eye, but it's like it's still more stuff to get past consciously to truly get into the true stream of like divine consciousness. But it's close though. We have the Seven of Cups. This talks about imagination, staying in your imagination, continuing to manifest with your imagination. Excuse me. I had some really strange dreams last night, by the way. One of them, namely, was excuse me. One of them, namely, I was in like a car, and it was like people was watching each other, and when they were watching each other, it was alleged that somebody had cheated on somebody, and I was in my Jeep. I was in my dream car. Funny enough, I was in my dream car driving, and the dude was like, "Oh, here they go, right here. We found them." And he's like, "I'm like, all right, come on, let's pull up on them then." And we pull up, and it looked like it's a beach, but then it's like a bunch of black and red things that look like coal, but look like a crowd of people. I'm like, "Oh my God, we gonna run over people. We gonna run over people." Then we like made the car jump, and I realized, oh, those not even people. That was just like, you know how in movies and games and shows when they try to have a crowd of people and it looks like it's a crowd of people, but really it's like just digital circles. It looked like that, and then kind of we jumped over that, and we're like, "That's the guy right there. There he is. There he is." And then it was like, "No, it's not." It was like it was an illusion. When we jumped that time, we ended up on a beach. It looked like, and like everybody's furniture had got delivered to the same place, and everybody pretty much had the same furniture, but it was all blue. King of Pentacles just popped out. That's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the seven or the Five of Swords popped out, which talks about backstabbing, betrayal, and imprisonment. And we have a Tower, and we have the Lovers. An unlikely partnership between a kid and a unlikely friend. And then we got the High Priestess. So the thing that kind of made me all weirded out about all of this was yesterday after I went to the gym and I said that in my mind, there was a lady that was in the shower next to me when I was taking a shower. And she had American flags all over her clothes, which kind of threw me off. Because I'm like, I'm pretty sure the American people, since this is forbidden knowledge and this is like occult knowledge, they don't want everybody having access to this knowledge, right? Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, there we go. That's better. We also have love at first sight here. 8 of Wands, and we have the ancestors are coming down with a gift. We have judgment. And we have an 8 of Swords. Tough time. So I'm looking at the American flags all over her clothes and stuff. I'm paying attention. And I noticed that when she gets out the shower, I start to feel like something like burning my head. Because again, like I said, I learned some occult knowledge, by meditating, reading up, studying. Just really, really was sitting in meditation because I kind of just paid attention to everything that it should. I saw a butterfly on the ground. It reminded me how to like breathe like a butterfly. Like the butterfly reminded me because I had did a breathwork exercise with a butterfly a few months ago. Then after the butterfly came an inchworm. So I learned from the inchworm. Because one time I saw an inchworm, but it was moving ridiculously fast. Like it was going so fast. I've never seen a worm move that fast in my life. Usually I always see worms so sluggish and slow. But this particular worm was moving really fast when I saw it. So I was just seeing insects that reminded me of what I learned when I saw them most recently. So the butterfly was breathing in and breathing out. Right? Then the inchworm was to move really fast. Okay. So then after that, I saw one of those invasive species bugs, the ones that start off as black and white. Then they get black, white, and they have a red butt, and then eventually they turn into a flying bug that lands on they be landing on my window a lot on my car. And instead of it jumping and flying, it kind of just like looked at me. And then I was walking past it, and it kind of just like looked like, you really about to pass by me? You really about to just do that like that? And I was like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta keep moving. And it's all during meditation, me walking in a park that I usually don't go to, going down this path for the first time. And I look and I see the word soul spray painted on a pillar when I go under a bridge. So I go under the bridge, and as I go under this bridge, I'm sitting there, and while I'm there, I also see the word. It looked like burp, and I know how I always talk about me burping. So I saw a burp, or it was spray painted burp, but the color of it, the word was blue. I seen it spray painted everywhere else, but this particular version of the word, or the spray painter's tag, was blue. Because the butterfly was black and blue, the inchworm was just an inchworm, and then the other bug was red and black. So I go further. I guess today I want to go back to the same path and just see how far I get on that one. But I go further. And as I go further on this path, I start seeing the words like Colette. I thought about my heart chakra. So many things just transpired, and then I don't know what made me start breathing like. I start feeling like I couldn't breathe. I burped so much I start feeling like I was breathless. I'm like, damn. But I was there alone, so I was like, I had to figure it out myself. This is all through meditation. This is why it's so important to meditate by yourself. Like, I know we get tempted to sit on our phones all day and just be regular and just dress cool and be lit in the city, whatever. But it's important to take time to meditate because you'll learn certain stuff about yourself. And usually you start meditating in a new location and it teaches you something about yourself that you don't know. So I'm there and I'm meditating. I'm walking. My meditation is an active moving meditation. Your meditation may look different. So I'm walking DC, Maryland, Virginia, but DC and Maryland specifically. So I'm walking, and I take this turn, and I get down there, and I just start seeing, like, in my mind's eye, like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I started seeing certain names spray painted on the walls that reminded me of people who I knew. I was like, are these supposed to be like my guardians? So I'm gonna just go ahead and wait. Why did I just look and I see somebody reaching their arm out of a room? All right, I don't want to see that right now. I'm not about to. I'm seeing through somebody else's third eye. I don't know who I'm locked in with. Somebody just like reached their hand out in the hallway, and it was like it's like they was on the phone, but they was like, something. That was weird. Okay, so I started thinking about trying to be in my upper chakras because I kept on feeling like I was getting punched in the gut, and I'm like, what the fuck? That don't feel right. And I started thinking up, up, up. Like when you go through Kundalini awakening, I'm like, oh, so maybe the butterfly thing that I learned I'm supposed to do with each chakra. So I inhale, breathe in, and then go, like, I send the chakra down towards the front, and then breathe out, send the chakra up in the back. And I was practicing that breath style for a good 15-20 minutes. No, probably just 5 minutes actually. With all my chakras, I went from the lowest chakra to I was finally in my solar plexus, and I started feeling something change. I'm like, then out of nowhere, I felt activated. Like just now, like something about that solar plexus. See, we just went from 13 to 23 that quick, right? Then I brought it up to my heart. I'm like, now of course you got to know your nerves in your spine and which chakra is connected to which nerve to really master what I learned in this point in time, right? So I'm breathing in down to the front, breathing out, up in the back. And for the neck. Then my grandmother, we'll get there. Okay, I'll tell you about that later. So then I finally get to my throat chakra. Then I start messing around with my third eye. And that's when it hit me out of nowhere. I'm like, boom. My whole entire head just bounced forward, right? And then I started thinking about a rhythm. And it was like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Across my feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 was on the side, then 2 was in the middle, then 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the more that I kept that rhythm, I started feeling like it was a cyclic motion going on in my brain, where my breath was going in my nose, but it was going underneath my brain, hitting my medulla oblongata. Well, no, not that. That is your medulla. Hitting my medulla, then bouncing off of that, and then hitting the top of my head, and then going back down and hitting my third eye. And then it was just like it was cycling like this, which was making a wheel turn in the middle of my head, is what it felt like. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I start imagining, like, hold on. If I'm my chakras and my chakras align with the planets, and those also align with the nerves on the back of my womb. So basically, I'm living in my own womb. My head would be space. So these three things up here, my chin, my nose, the top of my head would be the moon, the sun, and the Sirius star. So then it got to another point where I was like, hold on. Then what's my pineal gland? Because my pineal gland looks like the moon. So like my pineal gland's the moon. Then I got into the space. So I'm like, hold on. Let me just breathe straight back to my Merkaba, or not my Merkaba, my doula, and let it bounce off there, and it'll naturally just hit the top of my head. And getting the balance enough to do that, I ended up seeing this Asian guy walk past me. He kind of looked at me kind of strange. He's like, bitch. And then eventually he got up close to me. He saw I kept the rhythm, so he bowed his head to me. Usually Asian men don't do that. Asian men usually look down upon you, slice your ass in half real quick in a fast in a hurry. He did that, and he looked back at me, and he waited to make a negative move towards me until he got past me and behind me. And then he did that, and I was like, I felt his energy, and I just was like, forget it. Then I thought about the other way to defend myself, like, forget it. Oh no, I'm tasting that taste in my mouth. Okay, I'm doing this with the wrong person. I'm sorry. I'm about to end up marrying the wrong person if I'm not careful. Okay, I gotta be careful. This is another thing to be mindful of when you do these meditations. Don't accidentally marry somebody who's lingering in your energy. Make sure your car is clean before you start involving yourself with certain energies. Because I'm looking at my face bags, I'm like, yeah, no. And I'm starting to taste this nasty taste in my mouth that I only tasted around one person. And the back of my knee was definitely hurt. Let me see if my. Mm-mm. Yeah, no. Uh-uh. I was never expecting that to be a duo. Yes, everybody gonna have to get it how they live, huh? This is an odd duo right here. Say what? Ain't no way. Because y'all know how I talked about my swollen ankles. Well, I went to my grandmother's house after I learned all of this. And that's where this part comes in. Because the Asian dude bowed his head in due respect. The black dude kept trying to go at me with it. I went to the gym. The lady tried to slam dunk on my head. Before I got into that shower, let me point out an important fact too. Before I got in that shower, I went in there knowing this knowledge to go take my shower because you're supposed to be able to take a shower after 6 because that's when the gym opens up to the public because kids are in there kids are in there during camp, so they lock the main bathroom with the showers because the shower door is glass, so a lady could walk through naked and the kid could potentially see them, which I think would make sense because you could literally lock the bathroom door while people take showers in there. What's up, Nathan? So I go in there with this knowledge, and the lady at the front desk, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to see that. A boogie fell out of my nose. I'm human. That's why I kept rubbing my nose, kept tickling. A lady, she sees me at the front desk, and she like, she knew I came there. She's seen me before. I go to knock on the door. I see the bathroom door still locked. I was like, it's 6:03. I waited. She's like, you want to use the bathroom? You can use this one over here. I said, but I could use this. I could use the other bathroom right now. It's after 6. It's 6:03. She's like, oh well, there's other campers still in here, so yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. Then I see a little kid outside the building. A little kid. This is how you got to know. Little kids are way more intelligent than adults and more spiritually aware. We brainwash people to be spiritually unaware. The little kid says, that's only supposed to be for Africans. So basically the car, the way that I was driving my mind, was only supposed to be for Africans. Well, there's a concept in itself because my son's African. And I just started thinking to myself, I'm telling him, I'm like, my son's African, my ancestors are Gambian, so I don't know why you would even say that. Then I was like, see, I'm Native American, so honestly, all y'all motherfuckers on this land could get the fuck on. Everybody keep on trying to deport somebody. The person that need to get deported is the people who ain't Native Americans. So really, don't nobody belong here doing anything on this space except for the people who Native American, right? But the kid said that's only for Africans, so that sparked a thought in my head. I'm like, dang. So then that's when the dude at the Forbidden Knowledge thing, it popped up. He said, master it. I saw his live pop up and it said, master it. And I kept trying to record videos about upper consciousness because I saw somebody on YouTube make a video about people are demonic and Christ already won the battle, so I don't know why people keep trying to fight it. And it's like, Christianity is only 2,000 years old, y'all. Africa been around since the beginning of time. So it kind of put me in a headspace to really think deeper. Because I'm like, hold on. A lot of us are conditioned to what Christianity tells us we got to do. We got to pray to an outward God, to hope and pray that stuff happens. When we know we have the power to manifest with our minds, based on what Africans know about the nerves in the brain, how to breathe right, just to make that wheel turn in your head around your pineal gland. A little kid even knows African people are supposed to only use that. So it's a little kid that knows about it. But it's people on the internet that's like, oh yeah, if you're not rolling with Christ Jesus, then whatever you're doing is demonic. You're trying to win a battle that's already been won. It's like, somebody just said, oh shoot, something. I felt something go like this. Anyway, I think they said duck. And it's not to discredit nobody or say anybody's wrong. This is me negating or rather stating and observing what I saw in yesterday's experience for you guys to get your knowledge on how to move about certain stuff. Because even the kid knew. But we got adults on the internet. If you're not Christian, if you don't follow Jesus, Jesus died on the cross already. Death on the cross. The cross represents death. Meanwhile, we have this thing here because Africans, right? Where's Egypt at? Egypt was in Africa. Africa used to be what? Kemet. And before Christianity, we had Kemetics, which goes under here. The Ankh, which it has a cross on the front, right? Which is a crossroads. The cross is a crossroads, or the plus sign, right? When you shorten that extra long stick, it becomes a plus sign. And it's the womb plus the phallus. The womb with the fallopian tubes on the side plus the phallus. So if the kid knows that what I had knew, the knowledge that I was the knowledge I was expounding upon was only for Africans. Egypt is in Africa. Kemetics is also Egyptian / Cometians, Kemetics, African. That's eternal life. The cross represents the crossroads and death. Why the fuck would I be paying and praying to a cross with Jesus Christ on it? If Christianity's only been founded for the last 2,000 years, but what we was doing with our ancestors and our understanding of spirit existed long before 2,000 years ago. Now I'm looking at all the Christians and see, I'm looking at the Christians in the building. I'm getting tired. They all sitting there, they like throwing evil eye. But everybody else who understands Kemetics and everything, I was like, why would I just only settle for just, hold on, y'all. Oof. So yeah, why would I only consider Christianity as the only means of my spiritual path and understanding when there's so many other modalities that even children are aware of spiritually. Just food for thought. So then I went to my grandmother's house, and this is where I know that the kid wasn't lying. My grandmother lives in a neighborhood that's predominantly African. I was practicing this knowledge all day after I left the gym. I'm practicing this energy all day, or this method of understanding the whole entire time after I leave the gym. The African people in the neighborhood. Hold on, y'all. So I'm practicing what I learned from the African way of understanding. And the Africans started swarming the whole entire neighborhood, like, whoa, what's going on? Whoa. Even my sister looks out the window before I come into my grandmother's house. Like, she wanted to see what was going on. And she usually just come, like, she looked out the window, and then as soon as I came in her apartment, hey, my mommy's little baby, like, trying to, like, get in my energy type shit, just annoying me. Ooh. Why do I see, like, an aerial vision of, like, dudes with locks with packages stomping somebody out? Wow. That was interesting to see that. So, I just thought it was funny how when I went in there, I went to the bathroom at my grandmother's house, and my sister just kept trying to get in my energy, but somehow she wasn't able to get in like she wanted to. I still felt like myself. I felt a little bit slowed down, I'm not gonna lie, but not like immensely slowed down. And then that's when I realized, right when I walk out the door, another African man walks out the door. I go ahead and imagine me grabbing his thing and wrapping around his leg. That's my line of defense from men that I don't want in my energy, that slow me down. And literally, I felt like I was snapping back into my regular energy. So I'm like, you weird ass. I didn't say it to him, but I'm just thinking in my head, like, you weird ass motherfucker. Why'd I just see a platter of like a quesadilla and pizza? Bad food. Okay, something about bad food. I channeled that. Food that's not good for you. The person's spirit was food that wasn't good. And even like trying to like, I think my grandmother's energy was in my energy too. Cause I guess she felt like, okay, since you got this knowledge, I want you to protect it because I don't want you to give it to no damn bozo and give your time and your energy to a bozo. So she wanted to keep me in her space. But I'm like, Grandma, you don't want to be out here in these streets. You don't want me to be in your space because out here where I gotta sleep, it's dangerous. I sleep across the street from her house. I wake up in a parking lot next to a dude who's homeless as well. He's always there. He always is like hanging out the back of his trunk. But the issue that I have is like, you can do all that. Just don't be trying to fucking fuck me while I'm asleep. Because I woke up, that's when I had to dream about the furniture that was blue, that was getting like destroyed. I'm like, why am I dreaming about furniture being destroyed and somebody cheating? Ironically, I wake up, that dude is in a parking lot, pretty much rummaging all through my space while I'm asleep. So you see how my spirit was still awake even though I was asleep. It was telling me what was going on. And right when I realized my furniture was being destroyed, and I started looking at all the houses, and I started seeing people's houses was broken down, because it was a very nice neighborhood where I was at. You know, I was getting introduced to this neighborhood for the first time, finally coming to somebody's house spiritually, I suppose. And other people's houses were getting destroyed. And I'm like, what's going on? Who would be doing that? So when I woke up to see this dude behind me coming out his car, and then feel his energy like just running through me like that, I was like, see. And then my grandmother was the one that was taking the losses for it too, because I'm like, oh my God. I wake up to a reel that's like that she usually sits on has been destroyed after 100 years. I'm like, oh my God, somebody's fucking up my family heirlooms and stuff. Like, oh my goodness. Like, spiritually, this is all, because that's people say, oh, the battle is just already won by God. No, y'all, every single day you got to have on the armor of God, but you got to know that you are God. We were created in his image, so call us by our names. Like, you can't take that shit lightly. You have gifts inside of you that people, like, demons don't attack empty houses. Oh, I don't ever battle with no demons on my end. What you talking about? That's because you delusional. You're mentally unstable. No, people who have something to lose deal with battles with demons. People who people who are still very young spiritually, who haven't really truly stepped into consciousness and a true spirituality outside of their understanding, they haven't had to deal with the true demons. Because see, even in Buddhism, there's a statue that used to be it's still at the museum, the Smithsonian, and it shows the different levels of consciousness drawn out on a Buddha man. And at the bottom, they have a level that looks like hell. Then they have about a level that's just above that looks like regular earth. They have about a level above that kind of has like people who kind of look like they go to church. Then a level above that has like it's called bodhisattvas, which are people, or no, monks. It's the monks first. They're not sitting on lotuses, but they're meditating. They're bald. Then you get past them, then it's like some kind of level. No. Right after them is the bodhisattvas, who actually are sitting on lotuses. Bodhisattvas are people who have the ability to ascend, but they choose to stay behind because they want to teach. Most of your spiritual leaders, people like, you know, I don't want to incorrectly say this, because some people have been compromised by the US and stuff like that, but people who are highly sought after for spiritual advice, like, you know, your Buddhas, your Gandhis, stuff like that, people who, your Mother Teresa's, people who, they've been on this journey for a long time, but people go to them for advice. That's a bodhisattva, right? Then after them, it was like a level of something. Then it's a Buddha, right? But even after Buddha level, the highest level possible in those three, in that particular category, there goes a level where it's like giants and uphill battles. It's like getting to the top of the mountain there. Everybody talks about that Mount Zion. Now the joy of my world is in Zion. Everyone's talking about the top of the mountain. Buddhism is showing you the mountain in that little sculpture, and I studied it every single day, every single picture, every single engraving. You can go Google it right now. But the only thing is the statue is missing the head. That's the one part of the statue that's missing. It's up to here in the statue, but all the pictures are on the body. We don't know what the head looks like because the head isn't with it. But my point is, it shows you all the different levels. It shows you the mountain that you have to go up at the point. But it's like I said, I forgot. Oh my God, I forgot the most important part of what you see on this. Okay, so there's the level of hell, there's a level of earth, then there's a level of called wrathful deities. So they look like monsters and ghouls and goblins. These are things that you have to pass in order to get to a bodhisattva or a monk level, which are like the demons of earth, basically. Like people who, they will purposely test your patience, purposely test your ability to be strong, purposely test your gangster, purposely throw bad things your way. They're the ones who are usually the gang stalkers, the manipulators, the narcissists, people who see your light and they try to destroy it just to see if you can take this battle. Unless you understand the balance of life, you'll never get past your own demons, right? You see how you hear all the cars revving and rumbling right now, right? What's up, man? So in the level, like I said, there's a level that looks like hell, then there's a level that looks like earth, then it's the wrathful deities. They look like monsters. They got horns, they got teeth that go like this on this particular sculpture. Once you get past them, then you get to the level of the monk.
Then you get to the level of the bodhisattva, the people who stay behind, the spiritual teachers, the people who have ascended and can transition, but they stay behind to teach. Then you get to the other level where it's like that in between space, and then you get to the Buddha level. And bodhisattvas and Buddhas are all seated on lotus flowers. That's why the lotus flower is a flower that comes out of the mud and ascends into beauty. That's what the whole entire purpose of these particular people sitting on top of a lotus flower is all about. You can't sit on a lotus unless you have come out of the mud, which is all those things on that statue that are below you. This same black car come over here every single day and be trying to like, and as soon as they come, literally people be leaving the chat like, child, Let me go ahead and drive over here where it might be a little less calamity. I'm sorry for everyone who felt that. So again, going into the, oh no, never mind. Going into the Buddha level, once you get past the Buddha level and you start going up the mountain, because there's a picture of the mountain, it shows the mountain that everybody talks about in all religions, the Mount Zion, the peak of the mountain, the mountaintops. Once you get to the peak of the mountaintop, the mountain that I talked about the other day, there's giants that you have to pass by before you get there. Actual giants. I looked at a live yesterday where a lady was like, yeah, the Tartarians, they act like they don't exist. They erased them from history, but you go to this museum in DC that I worked at, and I looked at this statue every single day. The giants are right there on the statue. There's nothing to be lied about. Yeah, Google and Wikipedia might have took it down, but ancient artifacts have instilled this in stone. So a lot of people try to say, oh my God, you know, this particular culture, that particular culture, this religion, that religion. It's like, no, baby. It's all one thing. See, you say Abdu's mountain, someone say Saint the mountain of Zion. It's the same shit is what I'm trying to get the point of. Everyone's religion is the same fucking shit. It's just a melting pot. Religion is this big. Religion is like this. You see this creek right here by my house? See this little creek right here? It's a waterway right here. It goes all the way right here up to that waterfall that I'm always at right there across the street. The waterfall actually goes underneath the street, and the water goes underneath that road and comes all across here and goes all the way down there. And the actual waterfall comes from the freaking ocean. It goes all the way up to the Frostburg Mountain. So up this thing, you can actually follow this water path up to a mountain. Funny thing is, my brother went to school at Frostburg up that mountain. He got his bachelor's now. He didn't get his master's, but he got his bachelor's. He had to learn how to exist in mountain level air. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Certain people have already gone up the mountain before you. You have to understand who is what and what is who. Some people might have gone there, but they didn't get the vision. You might have the vision, but they already took the journey. That's why there's partnerships in life. All right. So anyway, it's all the same shit. And I was trying to talk about this yesterday on TikTok, and they kept on shadow banning my messages. Every time I would record it, I try to get it out, it would not come out. I try to record it, try to get it out, it wouldn't come out. I'm like, the fuck? Like, this shit is annoying. I'm trying to get this shit out. They won't let me get this shit out. So all I'm saying to y'all is this. Don't focus so hard on who's telling the story and what they're saying. Focus on the concept. The concept is to get to those higher altitudes. It might feel like you can't breathe up there. It might be harder to survive up there, but you got to get to the top of the mountain. And yes, when you get up there, you're going to look at life a little different, but at least you'll have a different respect for life. Religion is hope, but religion is like losing your virginity after reading every single instruction manual. Spirituality is like losing your virginity because you was in the heat of the moment. Consciousness is just losing your virginity because it just felt like the right thing to do. Like your brain just said it's time to reproduce, and the first time you try, you're pregnant. You understand how that's different? Like, okay, so when I lose my virginity, I'm supposed to do this, this, and this, and then consciousness of spirituality is like, this is a vibe. I think we're supposed to do this. And then consciousness is like, you get there, you don't know nothing about nothing. You ain't never read nothing, a book. You ain't never heard about it, but you there. And you in it. And you feel it. And it feel right. But when it don't feel right, you don't do it. When it do feel right, you do it. That's the difference between those aspects, right? So when you understand all of that, you understand why me looking at this sculpture of a Buddhist monk or a Buddha with no head, but it shows us the levels of consciousness. It shows you the mountain. It shows you the giants that you got to get past to get up the mountain. It shows you the wrathful deities at the bottom, the demons, the wrath, all of those, the seven deadly sins. It shows you all these aspects that you have to get past in order to get up the mountain. But in Buddhism, there's no such thing as seven deadly sins. It's wrathful deity. In Hindu, it's not. What is it in Hindu? I forget what it is in Hindu. It's like this little thing that got teeth that look crazy too. They don't even really talk about demons in Hindu, honestly. They just talk about sacred marriage. Shakti Shiva. Shiva goes up, Shakti comes down, which is the same thing as the Ankh. So all of those things are the little creek by your house that's safe to walk up and down. But then you get the lake and you get the river and the bayou and the waterfall out in nature, Niagara Falls. Shit can get a little scary when you get into what spirituality really is and you have a spiritual awakening. But then consciousness is being in the fucking middle of the ocean with no raft and hoping that you know how to swim and you don't know what the fuck is going on in a goddamn current, even though you could be a famous superstar. You could be freaking, rest in peace to him, right? The guy, forget, Malcolm, shoot, what is his name? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm looking at his face right now and I can't think of his name. The guy who was on the Cosby Show. God forbid this happen to anybody, but you can go out and swim for a regular swim and that current can pull you down because you're in the ocean of consciousness. That's why people like to stray or sway towards religion, because it's safety nets in religion. It's safety nets in other people's understanding, what people have already defined. But when you go out into the ocean to define life yourself and you become conscious yourself, that's what most people are afraid of. And that's why we change and shift the whole entire aspect and trajectory of everything around us. But they don't want us to think that big. They want us to death, death, death. If you think about that death, you're gonna die. No, they know about consciousness. They took the consciousness and then they burnt the books and then kept us dumb. That's why when it comes to us learning things like the US 18 or the 18 USC 1581, now we know about the law that allows us to not be incarcerated or apprehended by police. Now all of a sudden they changing other laws and they taking pages out the Constitution. But when they knew about it and they wanted to get out of jail and be like, oh, I raped somebody, but I ain't going down for it. Or I seen a Hispanic person, they hit a girl with their car. He was high on coke. He hit a girl with his car and broke her clavicle bones. He still didn't go to jail because his lawyer knows the laws. You have to get around people who know the laws. That's why each person has a certain specific action. Each religion is to activate a certain portion or part of your brain in a level of consciousness, because you get through all the different religions as you're ready to expand your consciousness. That's why you need to learn all the religions to truly understand spirituality. And once you've mastered spirituality, then you can play in consciousness, because consciousness is scary. Because someone else can be conscious, but they have more people in their realm of consciousness, so their wave drip too hard. You can fuck around and drown trying to ride this wave. Music might be rap, but it's about consciousness. Just because they have more people in their realm of consciousness, their wave might be able to take you under. That's why they tell you to stick with a tribe, find a community, find a collective, find a group, find a safe haven, because waves exist in the ocean of consciousness. That's why the sky is blue. It's a stream of consciousness. So you have to find a collective. Even though me by myself, I'd be out here swimming with nobody, no guardrails, no nothing. I'd be so happy. I mean, I think about the fact that I have, about 8,000 followers on Instagram, and it's almost 1,000 of y'all here, and it's 3,000 people on TikTok, it's 2,000 people on Threads. It's people here. It's people on all my platforms.
I get 6,000 streams on my most popular album on Apple Music. I've gotten up to, I think total my streams might have been like 10,000 streams or something like that so far. So it's people who are here, right? However, there's still some, like the last person I dated, their stream of consciousness had 400,000 people in it. At least 2,000 people a day are checking on their story. So he couldn't understand how I was able to even like go neck and neck with him sometimes. Cause he's like, how do you like, nah, it's no fucking way you put me under pressure when I know more people than you. He's in the realm of consciousness, so to me, a lot of stuff he looked like he was doing was demonic. I'm not a little baby fan. I listen to, again, I'm well cultured amongst all aspects of life. So I listen to music because I'm involved in music. I'm an artist as well. And Lil Baby is a Sagittarius like me. But or we're both Sagittariuses rather, because I think he might be no, I think I'm older than him. But everybody's saying the same thing. Every religion is saying the same thing. It's whatever your comfort level is to help you understand what the fuck going on. However comfortable you are with the truth. However able you are to handle the truth is how deep you can go into different people's worlds and still stand 10 toes down. Because me, I don't care where I'm at. I might be in a room that's way bigger than me, a line of consciousness that's bigger than me, around a bigger group of people than me, but I know what the fuck I know. So even if I'm stuttering, even if they feel like they take advantage of me, at the end of the day, I know what I know. So I know how to clean myself out. I know how to get myself back collectively, put together, and I'm able to stand on business. They might still be getting a little ha ha he he out of it, but at the end of the day, I got 5 generations of wisdom around me, regardless of whatever else is outside of me. I know, I know what I know. I've studied everyone's religions. I study spirituality. I've mastered spirituality, and now I'm understanding consciousness. Here you come again. Let's just put you in timeout before you even start opening your mouth. Every single day you come here and you calling me crazy. Please leave me alone, bro. I really cannot stand an insane person who comes to someone's page to try to stop what they got going on. Something really wrong with you, bro. So anyways, like I said, what I was trying to get out yesterday, because I studied something that, because lady, she said they found a lady on the moon. That's the stuff you don't hear about on the news. They found a body on the moon that seemed like it was perfectly preserved. It looked like it was a mummy, but it was on the moon. And they said it looked pretty fresh. It didn't look like, they said her nails were still done. But they said it looked like she just got there, but her body was no longer, she was no longer in that body of consciousness, which I thought was hilarious because I kept having dreams of astral projecting to the moon, and my family wouldn't let me go, and I never understood why. And it's like, was she talking about me? And it made me start studying more aspects of myself. Like, is that another? Because I saw a video last week. It was like, think about this. You've lived past lives, right? The body you've lived past lives in is buried somewhere on earth right now. Like every past life that you've lived, the body is somewhere buried on earth right now. How ironic it is that you walk around here and your old body is buried somewhere, but your stream of consciousness is in this body right now. Do you think that if you went to where that body was at, that you would activate prior consciousness? And it made me think, because when I got to, yes, my new album is on YouTube and you can stream it, but it made me think that when I got to the moon, like when I started meditating about the moon, and my family kept saying, don't go here, don't go here, don't go here. And I finally meditated and I felt like I touched the moon, just like yesterday, when I finally meditated and I learned how to use my face and, master that aspect of consciousness to get that wheel turning. I was like, hold on. What's this? You start looking around like, hold up. I could see all of that. I'm not confused. Niggas is still on bullshit. Cause then I went and I thought about my ex last night. I was like, oh, spiritually I should give him a hug and we could forgive each other. I woke up with my uterus feeling like that after going into that neighborhood and having my stuff stolen and then waking up to that dude being next to my car, all creepy. Like I went to sleep again. I had another dream. I was with my ex in a dream and ended up he was a serial killer. I was like, what the fuck? He was killing people and like I had to do surgery on the people and put them back together after he killed them. Like they were asking me to sew the people back up. So I was like using a needle in my dream, sewing people back together, fixing people in the mountains somewhere. Then out of nowhere, a freaking breezy bowl happened. Have you mind him and Chris Brown are both Tauruses. But the breezy bowl comes out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then niggas is having a twerk battle or a crump battle on camera in a circle in a breezy bowl. I said, you know the fuck what? I also dreamt about my grandmother and my father. They was trying to get me to get into a big black truck. I'm like, bro, like get in the big black truck, bro. Take the big black truck. Take the truck. I'm like, y'all don't ever give me a car in real life. Shoot, as many times as I needed a new car, and y'all had 4 or 5 cars outside your house. But it wasn't for me to get personally offended. It was for me to learn from the dream. So, anywho, my point that I'm saying is this. When you truly understand spirituality and you truly can handle consciousness, you'll start to feel that pressure. And you either going to fold under the pressure or you're going to learn how to grow amongst the pressure or go with the flow and be in the ocean and learn how to swim yourself. Or you're going to have to find a bigger fish than you to help you swim. And you could be a little tiny plankton that latches onto a bigger fish and helps it live longer. Help give it direction. You might be this small compared to this person, but you might have the knowledge that they need to finally finish their journey. I didn't say, okay, all right. Because see, the funny thing is, my music, my albums that did the best were actually my meditation music, my breath work stuff. And you know what I learned about myself yesterday? Because I was studying myself yesterday, because a lot of times we don't study ourselves. I studied myself yesterday. I wasn't worried about what my ex was doing on Tarot Land. I wasn't worried about my family members that stabbed me in the back. I literally cut everybody off. I was like, I need to cut off connections to all my family and everybody. I put everybody in little like I imagine myself in my mind putting everybody in a little snow globe, and they just got to exist in their own worlds, and I was over here in my own bubble. And I did this meditation, and I studied myself. And I realized the Sagittarian in the brain, because it's like 12 specific nerves, right? The Sagittarius is responsible for nerve 9 and 10 in the brain, which is the glossopharyngeal nerve. Glossopharyngeal nerve. It's a straight line that goes from the top of your brain to right in front of your jaw like this. So it's like, it's that nerve right there. Sagittarians are responsible for that nerve. That nerve controls your blood pressure, how you breathe, and dictates your cadence. Glossopharyngeal nerve. If you want to look for any of my music on Spotify, just type in my name at Euphoria, 9 A's, 1 underscore. It's all on there. I've shown it to plenty of people on Spotify. I know it's there, and my podcast is there too. But if you want to, you could just click the link in my description or leave this video, go to my page, my YouTube page, and just click my description on any video, and click that link down below, and you'll find everything you need to find on me. So, glossopharyngeal nerve. It's right here. It dictates your blood pressure and how you breathe. Ironic that when I started my herpes journey, I became Euphoria, the breathwork goddess. Ironic that I came into this spiritual realm to learn how to keep people at ease and peace because of my herpes. Ironic that herpes, my most popular song individually, before my breath work came out, my most popular song, because my first EP streamed about 2,500. This the breathwork albums, the breathwork album, it scored at, I think it was 6,900 or something like that. It's all on my Instagram. Y'all go look at my story. Click the link down below. Follow me on Instagram at Euphoria9AIDS1_. Everything is at Euphoria9AIDS1_. So, anywho, what I'm saying is I do what I do alone. I don't have a big team behind me, and I'm not trying to prove that I'm a big fish. I'm just out here doing what I do. But I'm here to teach you about your brain. So again, the glossopharyngeal nerve, it goes from the top of your brain all down your jawline right there, responsible for your blood pressure and your oxygen flow. That's a Sagittarian. Now, you might be a Leo. Leo is responsible for the trigeminal nerve. It goes from the top of your brain right here down to this nerve right here. That nerve is connected to every single other nerve in your face. That's why Leos are very, very big on ego, because they run a lot of shit. They got connections to everything. Leo also is represented by the sun, the epicenter of the universe, the nucleus. So, have you studied philosophy? Life is philosophy. Being a hairstylist and meeting people from all different walks of life, you become a philosopher. You really become a psychiatrist, and philosophy is just naturally something that Sagittarians also do. We're philosophizers. That's literally like why people don't like me, because it's like, you're boring, you're a nerd. But it's like my brain has always worked to try to figure out the inner tinkerings of life. And this is how I've been since I was a kid. I just always ask questions why. My mom is also Sagittarius, and my brother's a Sagittarius. So it's like I was always around people who wanted to know more. My mom was into numerology, horoscopes, and space and biology back then. Like when she was pregnant, she showed me a book that showed me what an embryo looked like, so I could understand what the inside of her stomach looked like. Like my mom always broke stuff down. She's like, when I was in third grade, she told me what a period was. I'm like, yeah, mom, we read a book called Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. The girl had her period. She said, yeah, you only get your period when you're not pregnant. And I was like, what? She said, yeah, she's braiding my hair in two cornrows. I remember it to this day. We was at the table. I lived in Southeast DC. She braided my hair while I was doing my homework. She said, yeah, you only get your period if you're not pregnant. I went back to school and told my friends, and they're like, that's not true. That's not what the book said. Your mom don't know what she's talking about. I'm like, my mom has 5 kids. I think she knows what she's talking about. You don't get your period just because you're not pregnant with a baby. That sounds dumb. So my mother always was teaching me to be ahead of the game back then, which is why my spirituality is funny that I didn't get into it until I was 28, 29, because I guess they figured if I didn't know everything that I needed to know, I could still keep my happy-go-lucky spirit. Because as a Sagittarian, again, especially as one who understands that they are the breath, oxygen flow, and the cadence of the family, you now have to understand, oh, if I don't keep this happy-go-lucky mood and keep control over my nerve that I'm responsible for, I can fall into somebody else's frequency. Now my tempo isn't able to be stabilized. My job here is to stabilize. And as a philosopher, what do you do by philosophizing and breaking down things? You stabilize people's mindsets. You stabilize people's brains. You stabilize people's realities. That's why you become a master manifester. That's why most people who are born in November are Sagittarians, and 11 is a master manifesting number, a master builder number. I think it's 22. I'm 11/22 is my birthday. So to be a Sagittarian and to understand my whole entire birth chart on all different aspects is the reason why I walk around how I am. That's why I walk around like this. I don't walk around like this because I'm just think I'm better than everybody. It's just I read what my purpose is and I really looked into it. And I think if people really took time to do this more often, we would have a better, more organized world. But everybody's walking around here trying to be like, oh, I want to be like Lil Baby. I want to be like the baby. I want to be like Baby. I want to be like a Bebe's kid. I want to be like Sierra. I want to be like Beyonce. I want to be like Jay-Z. There's nothing wrong with having people that you're inspired by. Because I'm inspired by Erykah Badu, who also has a life path #1. However, I'm inspired by her. That don't mean I'm going to name my kids 7. That don't mean I'm going to look for a baby daddy like Andre 3000. That doesn't mean I'm going to make the exact same music as her. That doesn't mean, like, she also is a sacred woman. But We actually also run the throat chakra too. We're very good at speaking. And that's also what the glossopharyngeal nerve is very good at. It helps you control your oxygen and your blood pressure so that you're able to speak well. So again, it's just trapping death was this battle. Knight of Cups, making a quick move. There's a rabbit. Something about a quick move to avoid death. Something about a Queen of Swords was involved. Yeah, Sagittarius, we come with a lot. We truly are a headache. A blessing and a curse, without a doubt. I just saw the King of Wands and the King of Swords. So fire sign masculines and air sign masculines. I don't know if that's somebody who's just a tarot. We also have the Knight of Swords working alongside the Queen of Swords. That would make so much sense as to why that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry guys. I got some hating ass siblings. Let's have everybody in the room at this time just take their hand and put it over top of their chest. Listen to your heartbeat. Ask yourself, can I hear my heartbeat? Say your name. So for me, can I hear Sierra's heartbeat? And keep your hand there until you connect to your heartbeat. Now you're going to go ahead and breathe in. Hold it. And exhale through the mouth. Again, breathe in. And exhale. Okay. How much does the date of birth come into play? For me, being the 22, my birthday is completely about master numbers. So for me, it means a lot. On my personal journey, what I've learned thus far. It's still much more for me to learn, though. It's time to take a journey away from society. Again, like me, I meditated yesterday away from everybody. It really helped me. You know, get into a meditative state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It says also become a student. Learn to become a student. So that you can get through this portal. Or learn how to continue to jump through portals. Because you probably don't even realize that you got the keys on a key ring to jump through your fortune. It's your mind. Your mind has to believe that you can make it in through any portal, any destination, any situation. If you don't believe that off the bat, off the rip, you can be stuck like this. This hermit guy, he only was successful and he only got to this position of being able to hold the flame when he was able to leave behind the things that brought him disgust and disfavor. If you don't know what makes you feel disgusted or disfavorable, then you're not going to ever get past what bothers you, what hinders you, right? And look at these two cards coming out together. Masculine energy and feminine energy, joy and happiness and abundance, partnership, also feminine intuition, spirituality, instincts. Two people there, two people there. When you leave behind disgust, you find balance between your masculine and your feminine energy. You can't find out who you are until you detach from everyone around you. That's why when people talk about my homelessness, it's like I had to get away from everyone who was trying to tell me who I was. You're a hairstylist. You're a mother. You're supposed to be a lawyer. You should have finished school. You were supposed to do this. You were supposed to do that. You were supposed to do this. You were supposed to do that. Actually, what I was supposed to do was just learn who the fuck I am so I could get paid to be that. So if that constitutes making music, if that constitutes being a celebrity, if that constitutes me being a motivational speaker or philosopher, like I'm everything. You don't realize that you're everything until you get the chance to expand and be like, dang, I could literally fit in any one of these boxes. I get to choose which one I think is my favorite, but I could literally do any of this shit. You don't learn that until you finally step away from what everyone in society's been telling you. The last dude I dated, no dude will ever want you. You got herpes. Do you know how full my DM is with people trying to talk to me? Excuse me. And I'm not saying that to like one up nobody or like flex. It's just like for a person to think that because they leave you that you wouldn't have people that are interested in you, or I'm your all end all be all, but then I'm also going to treat you like shit, talk shit to you in your face, still be in your energy to this day. It's like you can't hide from me. I know you're here. I can see it. I can see that. I know that bag. When I know that bag, I know that energy. Can't sit and lie to me about being here, whether you want to admit it or not. Whether you're too afraid to call or message me, you're not even on the block list. You're scared to talk, but you reached out. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm good. I'm good. It's like I can't stand when people try to act like their feelings for somebody ain't what they is. Especially with me, I be like my heart be on my sleeve. I'm like, look, I like you. We cool, but just don't treat me like shit because I don't treat you like shit. You know, with the resources that I have, with the abilities that I have, I do my best by you. But my understanding, you know, my level of consciousness, because I got a certain level of consciousness, like I'm good in this realm, but I'm not necessarily good in that realm, which you know how to do. But the world works on normies doing NPC shit. Not everyone turns out being the big dog. Gotta make peace with it. No, I know who and what is what. That's my spiritual gift to know. Even if you do have a lot of followers and people behind you, that don't mean you're a good person. That don't mean you're perfect. Even if you don't have a lot of followers, you don't have a lot of family, and you live in your car, that don't mean you're a bad person. I can see past the veil of society, and I can also see past the veil of life and death. Like, I know who is a walking zombie and who's a walking vampire and who's an energy vampire and who's a narcissist and who's a fucking whore, who's an attention whore and who really is just not shy but spiritually aware. I see all that shit. That's why people don't like me because I see through the bullshit. I'm not sitting here acting like, oh, you're just shy. No, bitch, I'm not shy. I just don't want you playing with my fucking coochie and telling other niggas that they could fuck my coochie instead of protecting me. I don't want you, motherfucker, on YouTube coming here like, I got you, but then you supposed to have me and you sitting here, we getting beat on. I can feel it. What the fuck? What is the backup? You serving shit around like it's a motherfucking. You letting niggas. You not moderating shit, not you. But I'm saying like the person who's supposed to be like like literally moderating my channel, you know, helping me moderate my shit. I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? What backup at you? Nigga, that ain't that. I'm butt wide open. Like, what's going on? You know, what part of the country you in? I'm actually right next to the DC borderline, Maryland. So people don't like me because I know who I am. I know what I am, but you don't get to that until you do this. You have to be in your hermit energy and get the fuck away from everybody to get balance between your masculine and feminine energy, because you won't know what's yours and what somebody else's. Like, you see, like I said, this person is up in here. Y'all see my left side of my face and my right side of my face do not look the same. That's how I be knowing when it's a different spirit in here. I know this face. I know this face. This face can't lie to me and say it's not here. I know it. You're not a bad person, just very misunderstood, but cold as fuck when it comes to protecting their energy. You come off looking like a whole entire serial killer, but it's like, nah, nigga, I'm conscious and aware, and I've been fighting this battle for a long time. I ain't about to go down. Look, I'm just getting through life. So some people, that's demonic. But when Jesus rose on the third day up off of the cross and was walking after being crucified in front of everybody, the Messiah, the prophet, we must bow down at his feet and wash his feet with water. People get spiritual awakenings every day. So hold on, if we, oh, I know the album that I put out, it was some shit. But if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I only like one song on there. It's the Call on Me song. I didn't like that album. Actually, when I was trying to post it, I kept falling asleep, and I was like, "It's somebody. It's one of these niggas trying to stop me from my blessing." Whole time that was the universe trying to say, "Girl, don't do it. Girl, don't do it." Even one of my producer friends, he was like, "Motherfuckers be trying to release a whole album when they ain't got at least 20,000 followers. That's so unnecessary. You just need to release a single." And I never understood what he meant by that. I'm like, why he said that? Why he had said what he said? I was offended because I'm like, oh, I ain't got 20,000 followers. You got me fucked up. If I was a crystal, I'd be malachite. Period. So I was offended, but I wasn't taking what he said with a lick of understanding. The understanding was, oh, this would be me if I was crystals, right here. She wears her heart on her sleeve. Just add a little bit of moonstone at the top. If we had a moonstone head, it'd be perfect. But like I was saying, motherfuckers will try to tell you about yourself until you learn who the fuck you are. And when it comes to that album, I knew better. And when I saw what he said, I was like, damn, dog. And I went back, I tried to unrelease the album. I ain't gonna hold you. I tried to unrelease it and only put out a single. That album was ass. I only like to call on me. Call on me. Call on me if you need E. Call on me. Call on me. Call on me if you need E. What do you think about all the opinion that all religions, all are spiritual distraction, that humans are themselves good by nature, and that a God of all religions is inside of us regardless? That's exactly what I said. You could watch this video from the beginning and come back to this point. You could actually rewind this live and go back to the beginning of the live and rewatch if you like. You still doing this? Good luck with that. Why are you here? I'm about to just block you off my channel, bro. Like, for good. Because y'all be insane to come out here and still be bothering me. Like, why aren't you locked down yet? What do you mean locked down? What do you mean, why am I not locked down yet? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What's his name, the guy? Mary? Because this guy right here bullshitted on me. He went and we stopped talking for a minute because I was like, you on some bullshit, and then I blocked him. He's been blocked on all stuff because I'm like, I just need to like take time away from you to make sure that I fuck with your energy, and it's like whatever's going on in my life is not related to you. I had to see through the veil, like, you know, it wasn't to be rude to him. Like, people people don't believe in taking time from their partner so they could truly understand what the hell is going on in their life. A lot of people just simply a lot of people just simply think that they could take their partner for granted, you know, and the partners, we don't do the due diligence for ourselves and the self-love for ourselves to say, hey babe, we need a vacation. I need a vacation from you, just to make sure the madness in my mind is not only because of you. Like, it is my madness, it's in fact my bullshit that I'm dealing with. It has nothing to do with you and your spirit. And when we learn to do that more often, we will have more healthy marriages because we'll get through the dating cycle and be able to get through that before we get there. Appreciate you, John. But yeah, like, a lot of people just not ready to, you know, say that, because it's like a lot of us, we do have, like, I'm not perfect by any means. And the last person I dated with, I wasn't expecting them to be perfect either. It's just, I wanted to make sure that my problems were really my problems. You know, whatever I was feeling, the heaviness on my shoulders was mine. It wasn't theirs. It was my problems that I was feeling. Because I didn't want to keep arguing with them and blaming them for shit that I was feeling spiritually when it could have actually been just my shit. So I asked to take a break. They thinking I'm trying to be funny and talk to other niggas. It's like, I don't even be wanting to be fucking, like, that's not me. That's not my spirit. Like, I used to be promiscuous when I had the chance to, because who doesn't want to go to Baskin Robbins and sample all the flavors before they figure out what their favorite flavor is? What the fuck? That's a part of life. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to smell all the flowers while you can, so you could understand which flowers you want at your wedding and which ones you want at your funeral. Point blank period. And which ones you want people to keep bringing to your gravesite. Point blank period. You need to smell all the flowers. You need to get shade under all the trees. You need to touch all the different kinds of grass, because when you want to put grass outside your house, you want to know whether you want crabgrass, American grass, green grass, whatever grass. You're supposed to experience all things of life and then make a decision. And I was trying to let this person know,
Still out there actually dipping your dick in other things. I need to take some time from you so you can finish doing that, because I ain't gonna stand next to no nigga doing that, especially if I'm having sex with you raw. That's putting my health at risk. I've never been one to walk around with a damn yeast infection or anything like that. I might have had BV here and there, and that's just when, you know, you might queef or you might fart and the damn fart go forward and go in your coochie hole, and a little bit of that fecal matter in your fart bubble gets stuck in your pussy. It's a part of being a girl. Unfortunately, it happens to us sometimes because we sit down a lot. In school, they tell you can't fart, and then when you finally get the chance to fart because your stomach been hurting so bad because you've been holding it in, you let out one and it goes to the front instead of the back. And you don't want everybody to hear it because as a girl, it's so embarrassing to burp and fart. Y'all niggas be coming here, why she's burping so much? Why she farting so much? Nigga, I got shit that I'm sitting here holding inside of my guts that's not supposed to be in here, that's coming out of my pores. If I don't let this shit out of my mouth or my ass, my skin gonna start getting fucked up. Okay? So, needless to say, when it comes down to it, I wanted this person to get out of my space so that I could make sure that what I'm dealing with was my problems. And when they wanted to finally figure out that they could taste every single bitch in the world and that she wasn't good enough, come back to me when you ready. I told the same thing to my baby father when I got pregnant. I said, you know, you don't look like you want to have a kid, but I'm having this kid because last time I got an abortion, I got depressed, I cried about it, and I felt like I did something wrong. So I don't want to do that. So I'm having this baby, and you can go do what you want to do. I'll lie to the government and say that I don't know who my baby father is and get benefit. Like, I'll do that. I said that I would do that. But he said, I'm going to be there for my son. So I said, well, I got to hold you to that now. From now on, I got to hold you to it. So what I'm expecting you to stand up and be a man and be here instead of being in prison every 5 seconds. And when you got money sitting in the bank and you not sitting making sure that the baby mother who got access to your money is sending some to your other son, I'm looking at you sideways. I don't give a fuck what you want. You said you was gonna be here for your son, but she got all your money and she spending it on what she want to spend it on. She got all your chains, all your tennis shoes, all your clothes. That's not diabolical. What are you talking about? So at the point where I'm like, you said when I said I was pregnant, I said you go do you. Go leave, and I'll handle this alone. You said, nah, I'm gonna be there for my son. So at the point where you've gone to prison 6, 7 times, and I'm kind of like, but you telling me I got money saved up that was never her money she was sending you, that was my money. So why aren't you sending money to your son every day? When I was independently living in my apartment doing my own thing, why was you not helping me back then? I was able to handle it back then because when I was doing what I was doing, I was in my own space. I wasn't under my mom's roof. I was in my neighborhood's energy, making it in the energy of the neighborhood. I was pretty much taken in by the property manager as like one of her children. Come to find out, the whole entire neighborhood is her actual family. So it's like I was locked into a family that, they didn't mind me being who I was. They just wanted to learn more about me. And I didn't realize that my brother was really dealing with that on a spiritual level because he was my overhead. So he was really taking all the heat from it. I didn't realize that. But I also wasn't talking shit and stuff about nobody back then either because I was really just in my own bubble, so happy to do hair and be living in my own apartment. My level of consciousness hadn't expanded to the point where I was really like able to astral project and see what people were saying about me. I would have dreams, but it wasn't really that deep. But point I'm saying is like when it came to the relationship aspect, he said I'd be there for my son, and so you keep going to prison. I'm doing everything by myself. You got a whole nother baby. This other baby mother got the ability to do whatever for the kid. You're not making sure you're sending me no money. I'm looking at you crazy. I'm looking at you sideways. So I'll be saying to men, I'll be telling men all the time, go do you and figure out your life and then come back to me when you're ready. When I'm in a good position half of the time too. Go do you. No, I'm gonna be there. Okay, well then I gotta hold you to it. I told you that back when I was 18 years old. I'm 31 now. Like that's what you said you was gonna do back when you was 17, 16. You said that. I said, okay, well I'm gonna hold you to it. I don't want nothing bad for that man, but if you keep on doing the same thing, keep going to get locked up, but then you saying that, oh yeah, but I got money and I'm up, and you not making sure your son good, like you knew that I had my own place, I was good, and you was cool with shit going how it went, and you was able to spiritually be over top of that shit too, and you was locked in with my neighborhood mentally too, and you wasn't even letting me know. You pretty much told them to keep me in a bubble, keep me at a level so that I could never get away from you, and that's crazy. Maybe he tried to tell them to keep me safe too, and he was making sure that everybody was good. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody good but me. I get out of that bubble. Now maybe it was his bubble, but now I go to my mom's. Everybody saying we gonna help you take care of your son. Come move with us. I get there the first day, people arguing with me, trying to put their hands on me, calling me bitches, calling me a weirdo, calling me all kinds of things out the book. Y'all didn't say that this what it was. I would have never moved here. I would have never left my apartment had y'all told me what y'all was really gonna do. And the funny thing, you talking about Uber Eats, McDonald's, and now I gotta always Uber Eats my son McDonald's. All he wanted is McDonald's. When I lived with my son, I didn't make sure. I was like, you can eat McDonald's once a month. I will cook every single day. I clean my own house. I clean my own bathrooms. Like I really had order in my life. So when I dated this last dude, I guess he figured since she homeless, even though she got 7 bands, she gonna be vulnerable to do anything. But he knew back when he met me 2 years ago that I wasn't like that. He came over my house. I had fed him. The first day I met him, I took him to Subway so he could eat. Right? I'm like, oh yeah, we could go to Subway. Here we go. I could look, pay for his food and everything. We hung out for the day. We started hanging out a little bit more and more as the time was going on. Him and his other friends started coming over my house together, and we was going to like the poetry slams and stuff together. And my son was kind of around, but he was with his friends. And there was a time where they came over my house. I cooked them fried chicken from scratch. Like I literally made the flour, seasoned the flour myself, dipped it in the oil, sprayed it. I made it in the air fryer because I don't really like doing all that dipping it in the oil shit. It's too much oil. My skin was real clear back then. But I'm cooking for him and his friend. I'm cooking them yellow rice made from scratch, fucking broccoli and all kinds of vegetables, Brussels sprouts, fried chicken, like whipping up a meal, mashed potatoes made from scratch, put the half and half up in there. you know, or not the heavy whipping cream, the garlic paste. I was really chefing. I'm not no slouch when it come to cooking. So when this nigga was over my house 2 years ago, he knew that I was a real solid woman. He seen how I ran my house. He asked me, "Let's go make content." We make content. Can you use your food stamps to give me fruit? I get you a whole big ass thing of Costco fruit. I was never no selfish bitch. So when it came to how I got treated last in the relationship that we just experienced, that we probably supposed to have 2 years ago, but we finally got the chance to experience, for him to have treated shit like that, I'm like, damn. Because I've always been a solid person. Always. I only hold people to what they say. You telling me you love me, but then your baby mother, I'm talking to you. Oh, well, I'm his woman. I'm his one. Wow, you are. Oh, meanwhile, I've been sucking this nigga dick and fucking him raw for the last 3 months. But okay, all right, sis. Oh, okay. So she must really be your friend, cause and she was really trying to come down on my shit, break down on my shit. They tried to put me in a motherfucking, yeah, they tried to get me together. They was spiritually bullying the shit out of me. So when the shit played out how it played out, that's why I'm single. Cause people I treated the best showed me they fucking asses to kiss and put my motherfucking face in the mud, and then will run around and tell the world that I ain't shit. But they don't never reflect on the times when I was driving their asses around, taking them to comedy this, when I was driving their asses around, buying their daddy and their mommy's alcohol, drinks, and going to the store for the family. I'm over at every single event holding space. I'm there, my son there, we all entertaining, energy just free flowing. They never want to speak on those good times. They only want to say, well, she was a homeless bitch. That's why I didn't want to fuck with her. And she got herpes. They don't ever talk about everything that happened before the homelessness or how the homelessness even occurred. It was trusting people. So that's why I'm single and not locked down. Because everybody who said they had my back showed me they fucking asses to kiss and did not treat me right. And y'all seen I got the receipts to prove it. I showed y'all receipts. I don't have to lie about nothing. Everything's always one-sided. What you said? Did you pay for him? Fuck yeah, I paid for him. I paid for everybody. The whole entire time that I've been with all these niggas, I paid for everything. I paid for him to get in. I paid for him to get inside the damn poetry thing, if I'm not mistaken. But then when we got out, we got a damn ticket. Only one of them offered to pay the ticket with me. I ended up having to pay this motherfucker ticket by myself. They the ones told me, let's park right here. Come on, we gotta hurry, get there. We gotta hurry and get there. Come on, it's about to start. Pressing me out. Now I gotta pay for shit. But then I come around, they asking me, how you so strong? How you able to keep yourself up with all this pressure? I'm attacking you with everything that I got. I don't even realize what the fuck this nigga is saying. This nigga's really trying to hold me down. Like, push me into the fucking dirt. Like, I had a dream that my brother and my family buried me with all of my hair salon stuff in the ground. They've been trying to spiritually bury me this past 2 years. So when people keep asking me why I'm not locked down, why I'm not married, it's because every single time I keep opening myself up to people, they keep on treating me like shit. They think I'm sweet because I'm a really genuinely nice. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I really be with this crystal shit. I really am a good person. But people keep trying to treat me like shit. My baby father came home from jail before he got locked up. The last time he came home from jail, he said, oh yeah, that red hair, you a devil. You the devil. I'm like, I'm the devil? Why would you say that? Because that red hair. Then his baby mother, she dyed her hair orangish red too. It's like, y'all on that devil shit. And she started, like, when me and her used to talk, he mad as shit. I dyed my hair red. Some devil shit. So, he used to say the same shit to me too. That's crazy. I mentioned it to him recently. He's like, when I never said that. I'm like, nigga, you forgot when we was in your mother's house in her bedroom and you said I was like the devil, and then I picked up the perfume that I used to wear all the time, the Rihanna red one. Y'all remember Rihanna's perfumes where it had the red, the black, and it had the R on it, and the cream, the 3 different perfumes she had, those before the other one. I used to wear the red one. He used to tell me how much it smelled good. He bought the fucking perfume for his mother. I said, oh, you bought your mother the big bottle of the perfume I used to wear. Right after he called me the devil. I never forget that because, see, my mind, the way it works in pictures and movies. So it's like, for me, the reason I'm still single is because every single person I trusted my heart, my life, my energy with, they tried to fucking kill me. He legitimately, the last dude I dated, even though we went through all that, he asked me, why the fuck don't you just die already? I'm just looking at him like, nigga, ain't you here? What the fuck? I know you told me you had a spiritual awakening when you said you felt something about overdosing some pills. You just tried to pop some pills or something back in the day. Like, you know, everybody done had a spiritual awakening at this point, and nigga, you on a stage. Everybody knows. So why you trying to sit here and act like that with me? Like, who paid you to come over here and do this shit? Come to find out, it was my ex who tried to do this shit to me before. They got the same shit on the forehead, which means they locked in on that same type of wolf time. Nothing wrong with a wolf. I love me a wolf. But it's like I can see spiritually what's going on. So it's like for all these men to keep playing in my face like I can't see them and see what they involved in. From Houston to Texas to California to Florida, all the way up to y'all over there in New York, all y'all in Colorado, and everybody who flew into Florida for that event, they know which one I'm talking about, the one in Miami a few years back. For everybody that flew in for all those events, and everybody was at all of those events, and people who was just around, it's like, y'all gotta stop acting like I don't know what the fuck was going on the whole entire time. Damn, that's rough. Don't forget you can literally flip that 7 bands in a few months. Keep it going. No, the 7 bands I got at the beginning of the year after a car accident, and I was spending the money on making sure he was eating every single day because I couldn't cook. Because I mean, I was cooking. I had food stamps. I had like $590 some in food stamps every month, and he had $100 and some in food stamps every month. But it's like he never wanted to. He just wanted to use his food stamps to get Slim Jims and candy and stuff. I'm like, I could just cook. We did have a cook-off, me and him and this white girl, but then eventually he told me he fucked her too. I'm like, damn, you fucked her? And me in the same day? With no protection? Did you at least take a shower in between? I get in the shower while because the girl spent the night over his house. I'm like, she spent the night at your house? The fuck going on in here? You just fucked me and another girl spent the night at your house? Because I don't think like a kid. I think like a grown woman. Like, I don't play around with people in my house like that. So I was like, because it started getting late and I see that she wasn't leaving. He had her on the couch. I'm like, I'm going to just leave. Even though I live in my car and I could stay here all night, I'm going to just leave. And I left that night and I came back and she was still there in the morning time. And she said, what's this stain on my onesie? Some bounce that ass? I'm like, this nigga fucked this girl. He fucked her. You see the horn for confirmation, like he fucked her. And I went and got in the shower because, I was in a routine, like just going there to take a shower. I mean, I started going to the gym eventually to take my shower, just like I did yesterday. But I was in a routine of just going to the gym, taking my shower, locking in at the gym, working out. And then he used to always say, don't go to the gym. Come here. Come to my house. Do not go to the gym. Come here. Okay, you telling me to come to your house. You're telling me to do this. I'm not begging you. You're asking me. I'm at the gym taking showers for free at the gym. You're asking me to come to your house instead. But then to the whole world made me seem like I was some crazy ass delusional bitch. And it's just like, y'all asked me why I'm not married and why I'm not settled down. It's because this was the last situation. And the situation before that, I told y'all the dudes took all my furniture for my hair salon stuff. So when I had a dream that they was trying to bury me with my stuff, I was just like there's no possible way you can make this seem like it's positive or like it wasn't what it was, And then to make matters even deeper, when I got into the shower that day, he jumped in the shower with me and then went ahead and fucked me in the shower, but then told me that the night before he had fucked a girl. We We wasn't in a relationship back then, nigga. At the point where you put your raw dick in somebody, especially in 2025, especially me having, I told you I had herpes. Like, you don't just play around with raw dick and females. So for me, personally, that's why I'm single. That was my last experience with another human being. It was not what it should have been. And people keep saying, take accountability, take accountability. It's like, you really believing that people could change? Because I see me. And they say, you only can attract what you are. Well, bitch, I changed. I stopped having sex with niggas. I don't suck dick. I don't be outside. Even before him, the dude that I slept with, the last guy before the last person I slept with my last relationship, we was talking a year and 3 months before that. Like, I had waited a year and 3 months to sleep with this guy again. You know what I'm saying? Like, a year and 3 months before the last time me and that other guy had slept together, he was the last person I slept with. So in the span of almost 2 years, that was the only person I had dealt with. I didn't just go out and just go fuck around and get over the heartbreak. Like, I'm not that girl that does that. You understand? We have girls that go out and be like, yeah, fuck it, you know, I'm gonna just go outside and get over this heartbreak like this. Thing was perfect. I started messing with him. Battery started dying. Fucking shit started flashing in the dash. Service mobility tire kit. I'm like, what the fuck is all of this shit? I don't need all that shit. So I just got really. They wanted me depressed. It's like it was an intention to make me depressed or see if I was gonna be strong enough to get past it. Because I feel like everything in life is a test, right? So I was spending my money on making sure he was good because I thought, like, you know, it's gonna come full circle. Like, I mean, I want to eat too. He's being cool. He's letting me shower his house. He's asking me to shower his house. So he wants me here. In my mind, that's how I'm thinking. Like a normal fucking human being, not a delusional, crazy side chick, but a normal human being. If he's calling me, blowing up my phone 6, 7, 8, 20 times every day, come shower. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Come shower at my house. Come shower at my house. Why are you at the gym? Just come over here. You don't have to go to the gym. Just come be with me. Just come be with me. In my mind, I'm really thinking that that's what he means by that. Like a really normal, regular human being would think. That's what a normal human would think. Oh, he calling me because he want me here. That's what normal humans think. That's not delusional to think like that if someone's doing that, calling you like that. But then when you get there, the baby mother's there. Well, why is your baby mother here? Spending the night? First it was the white girl, now it's her. Why girls keep coming over your house? I know you want to do content bay content. You know, we was doing content. Not supposed to be content bay number one. It's supposed to be content bay number two and all that else. I get all of that, but like, at the point where you put your dick in me, we wasn't making no content at night. There was no cameras rolling, or was it? Was you look behind the scenes dark web projecting fucking sex with me with your third eye into the world for the world to see? I mean, she still has a car to get around easily, so yeah. So basically, it was one-sided, yes. Yeah, no, that's crazy how people can completely forget good things and when a tiny bit of bad energy comes out. Sounds like you were betrayed for sure. Rage baiting for no reason. No, that's not what's going on here. You're a bright soul and literally showed me things I never knew. Smart and beautiful. Appreciate you. Kids, I only have one. She literally gonna be fine. Y'all need to chill. I don't even know what people were saying because I didn't even scroll down. Good energy this morning. Don't think about it. That's crazy. Nah, I feel this. Damn, Holmes, for real? Yeah. No, no bullshit. Yeah, no bullshit, for real. You deserve better than that. Damn, I got a scar on my forehead. Shake my head. I'm good, man. Savannah. What's up? DC too? Yeah, he from the city.
I'm from the city as well. You're single because you're not a good catch anymore. You only qualify for catch and release. No, I'm single because the last person that I was dating was a dickhead and I broke up with him and I left him. And the next guy who's trying to date me right now, I'm skeptical. That's why I'm single. I'm being skeptical because I'm like, after the last shit I just went through, you gotta prove a lot to me to prove that you really want to fuck with me. Yuck, unbelievable. Damn, Lean. Sheesh. Fuck what Lean talking about. He's in timeout now. Don't even feel good doing stuff like that for real. For real, exactly. Nah, that's crazy. What the fuck? Why you didn't go back to your parents' house? Because my mother she's the one that kicked me out of her house after living with her for 6 months and them putting their hands on me and calling me a weird bitch. My brother would call me a weirdo bitch. He having parties trying to embarrass me in front of the parties, like spiritually trying to like fuck on my womb type shit. Like just letting niggas just run through my shit. Just like, it's a party in this motherfucker. We in this bitch. We in this bitch. The same shit that dude said 2 years ago in the video that I just seen on my phone. I didn't even peep who he was in the video that I recorded when I came into an event. A place that I met him at, the day that I met the last dude I talked to 2 years ago. The day I met him and this dude was at the door and he's like, yeah, babe, fuck they talking about, we in this joint. Ah, and they start cackling like fucking demons. I wish I could show y'all the video and play it while I'm on live and let y'all see the video. So the same way that stranger did that shit to me back then, but I wasn't aware back then because I was underneath, my dude, the dude I was with, and that's why when the dude that I was just talking to, he came up to me and the dude I was talking to 2 years ago was like, so what's going on between y'all? Because that seemed like y'all on the same type of time. Like, what's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? And he's like, oh, this is my best friend. I'm like, that's when I looked at the dude I'm with. I'm like, your best friend. So that's why between them two last relationships, it's like they met each other 2 years ago and it was weird. And that dude, the last dude before the dude before the last dude, he had met this female who I was inspired by who does music. They even pulled each other to the side and I caught them talking one time. So it's like, I've been watching this shit play out. So when I went to her event down in Florida and that shit played out like that, I'm like, damn, these niggas real live was trying to get me up out of here. So when I went to my mother's house, because even my sister, before I went down there, yeah, all the real witches are going to be there trying to show each other all the shit that they got. So you better be ready to show your A game. I'm like, what's she talking about? Real witches? They just talking about some witches. I wasn't even involved in how big and how diverse consciousness is and what magic really was. So the fact that I even made it back on a plane after that situation is still amazing. Only probably because my consciousness wasn't where theirs was at, so I wasn't even thinking like them. So it wasn't, how they say like on the skeleton key, it only works on you if you believe in it. Magic only works on you if you really truly believe deeply in it. But even when you believe in it and you know it to be true, but you try to act like it don't exist, you try to act like you don't know what they talking about, you can't deny it. Like, you gonna feel it regardless. Even if you try to be like, that didn't really happen, that's not what happened, you can't deny that shit because that's what happened. Oh no, he's garbage. It's so funny you say he's garbage because look what just came. Solid waste. You say he's garbage. The garbage truck always come. Okay. You stumbled up on the right path, realize the spirit within you and immortal and exists parallel in a dimension invisible to your mind and body but holds dominance over it. I'm already there. Oh no, he's garbage. How you pick him? I'm saying, how y'all be finding these niggas? I ain't got one friend like these motherfuckers. On dog. Honestly, like I said, he called me and was like, hey, it's been a long time. I just got back from Houston. Pull up. I had money at the time. I just got a new rental. So, because I was waiting for this car to get repaired in the shop, I was like, cool, I'll pull up. I pulled up and it seemed cool. He started telling me about certain people and I started feeling certain stuff in my body. I'm like, oh. But then he was like, let's go to the store. I'm like, oh, I got food stamps. I could just get, he's like, it was, and in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, this is just like old times. What the fuck? This is just like old times. This is really weird. But whatever. I go and he starts vibing. I'm like, the whole fucking, y'all, the car got so steamy because his vibe, whatever he was trying to do up in there, the whole car was steaming. And I mean, it was January, but the whole car was fogged up. The windows was fogged up. This nigga was trying to send all kinds of vibes. He was trying to vibe that motherfucker out. He was on that Sending that them vibes. He was on that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? He was trying to do what they call a love spell. But I wasn't even aware because I'm like, nigga, this is just like how I was before when you used to do this weirdo freaky shit. This nigga ain't changed a bit. So he started asking me to come make content with him, and I'm like, oh, he is a platform, and he makes content. And I had my golden elevation capsules. Like, you could promote my pills if I pay you, and I paid him $40-something. I cashed up him. Apple paid him some money to promote my song on his platform. He never did. Then he was like, I'm doing his hair for free. He arguing with some dude on the phone like, this dude owe me money. Why he ain't trying to give it to me? And they was trying to see what I knew. They was trying to test my brain and test how I move so they could see how to get at me. Because what people do before they try to fuck with you, they try to see what your best move is. So they could always try to one up your best move. The one thing about me is I always learn something brand new. So even if you found out what my best move was, I'm going to have another move for what you think yeah. That shit ain't going to faze me. I'm going to find an even better move next time. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get me. Sorry. I'm not the one to get got. Why don't you go back home? Because again, my mom told me that based on the fact that I don't want to listen to her rules, which basically says let us sexually have access to you and use your energy to get what we got to get done because we make more money. So you got to play the back and we going to be in the front. I'm like, I'm 30 some years old. I'm going to be one of the heads of the household too, so that I could get enough energy to go to work too. You're not going to have me every morning. I can barely get up. Gasping for air and damn near falling back into a sleep trance. Like, the fuck? What the fuck kind of rules is that? That shit didn't even used to happen to me when I lived in an apartment by myself. You need a sweet little white boy sounds like. I had one and lived out in Baltimore too. His name was Chris. I miss his ass dearly. Should have stayed there, but I wasn't ready. My hair was short back then too. It was this color but short. I wasn't ready to deal with spirituality because I was going through a situation back then too. But I didn't realize I was supposed to lean on him to fix it and just be honest with him back then. I didn't get that. I wasn't on that level of spiritual awareness. He was already there. I wasn't there yet. I was still like thinking like life is kind of okay. He was like, yeah, I had a girl come to my house and have herpes and tried on some clothes and then somebody else got herpes. I'm like, and it kind of threw me back. But at the same time, I'm like, it threw me for a loop. But I'm like, you know, it threw me for a loop. But I didn't realize it's because he knew about everything that was going on with me already. So I wasn't ready to face my truth back then. So that's why we didn't work out. I thought I had enough money to order pizza. I had enough money in my account, but it wasn't letting me order the pizza. Probably was the same shit. Probably was a bunch of niggas trying to run down on my shit. And it was like, why is it not like, cause same thing was happening back then. Like, why is my shit not going through? I got the money in my account. I don't understand why it's not going through. And then his would work. Same thing happened with my son's dad when he came back home from jail. Why is my card not working? It's money in my account. Well, it's money right here. The money is in there. What is the problem? It's submitting to another man's world. One thing as a woman that I've learned, until you submit to a man's world when you're in it, your shit don't go through. That's why a lot of women prefer to be single. Because when I'm single and I can rely on just me, my card, every time I swipe it, it go through. I just gotta, do, and my card will go through. But when I'm with another man, I gotta submit to what the fuck he got going on just for my shit to move. And a lot of the times, unless we marry and we really locked in like that, I don't want to do that. So it's very heart-wrenching for a woman because it's like I realized this pattern where it's like I be chilling by myself doing good and I got it. I'm like, what you mean I got it? But then I'm swiping my card and it's not working. I'm tapping my card, I'm tapping my Apple Pay, it's not working. I'm trying to order my son Uber Eats, it's not working because I'm in another man's reality and I got to submit to that man's energy flow in order for the ball to get rolling. That's why women be having our guards up against men. That's why we don't like to just be flirty with everybody in our environment. That's why we be acting like we got the resting bitch face on. Because it's like every time I got to let a new nigga up in here, I got to reprogram shit. And I got to relay new tile on the floor. I got to reapply wallpaper. I got to repaint the motherfucking trim on the goddamn windowsills. It should be ass. We got to reset up our whole house to satisfy y'all for shit to work when we've built a structure that we're comfortable in. That's why I said I don't want to move in another man's house. When it comes down to it, I want to have my own house that I own and I can rent it out to other people. And then if anything should go wrong between me and you, hey y'all, hey, when is the lease up? Don't even tell him. Look, start having people on a month-to-month lease. Okay, next month y'all can't come back. I need to go ahead and regain the authority in my property. Y'all on a month-to-month lease. Sorry, gotta go, baby. It's okay. You can leave. Bye. And I have my own condo that I own. Because too many times, having this spiritual body every single time, and I'm just now at this moment right now. That's why healing is never over. It's always actively happening. At this moment, I'm realizing when I started going to be over there with him, when I had finally left being out of my son's father's energy and I started trusting this man, my car wasn't working because I wasn't ready to be in his world yet. So when I had me a sweet little white boy, I could have probably that shit could have probably played out right. And he did music and everything too. He was into art and music, and he was a redhead. So it was perfect. It's just I wasn't ready to face my truth back then yet. I still wanted my family. I still wanted to connect back. Now I realize every time I get my shit in order, this man get locked up. What you think that's the universe trying to tell me? You keep trying to give him the chance to do it right, and he keep on doing wrong. What you think that's? What you think the universe trying to tell you? I wish you well, Euphoria. I hope you find a man for you and your boy. There's so many of us that want you though. I get it. I get what you're doing, bruh, and I feel you too. But do you know her? I'm just asking. No, he don't. I don't even know. Probably looks probably my ex on a spam page. You're a narcissist. You somehow never in the wrong, and everyone's toxic, right? No, I literally just did. I not just admit to the fact that I didn't understand the truth of being myself back then and submitting to a man. And again, like I said, once I've built something structured for myself, I don't want to just submit to any man. Like I don't want to do that. I don't take Adderall. You just did the That's So Raven. I mean, shit. I'm just like psychic. What's the new guy's deal? The new guy's deal is he's somebody another blast from the past, and it's like and the new guy, he's on the internet, meeting somebody on the internet that I don't know. He lives in the area. He keeps asking, "Can we FaceTime? Can we talk? Can we chill? Can we cool it?" But I'm like, I still live in my car. I really don't feel comfortable just starting a relationship in my car again. I don't want to do that again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to start another relationship in my car. Where are you from, DC? Don't think because you do tarot that you know everything about this reality. Like you said, having an idea about something and really knowing is a completely different power. The levels are infinite. I'm very aware of that. What are your thoughts on women putting men in the friend zone? Do it. Let them be your friend before. But even when a man is in the friend zone, spiritually there's a connection that's going to be there. So they're never actually in the friend zone. What's up from England? How tall are you? I'm 5'9". That's so interesting. I don't believe I've experienced that myself, but I hear you. I said hi. Okay. Healing is always ongoing. Release him. I'm trying my best to, but I mean, he found a way back into my energy, and like I said, I see it. But they say, school bus driver, go back over here, make $30 an hour. My girlfriend broke up with me on Wednesday, so I took her wheelchair. Guess who came crawling back today? Don't have your guard up. Just be smarter and keep your sense of discernment. You'll be good. The sad part is that you'll wake up when you're 45 and 50 and realize that you're lonely and bitter. Good luck. Totally get it as someone who's also lived in their car. You DMV, yes I am. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not everyone can do that. I don't know who was laughing, but they about to get their ass taxed. Coming over here fucking around on me is really a deadly thing. I ain't no witch, but I learned how to protect myself. And like I said, my skies are getting bluer and bluer by the second. We're breaking through to a higher level, so I'm not tripping. Like I said, I learned my lesson from the relationship because as much as I want to say I should have never did that, I should have had better discernment. I had to go through a low to realize that there are men out here who will not value me no matter what I do. I've never really had the spiritual eyes to see that a man would do me dirty even if I did him the best. When my baby father did it, I was so young and we had a kid together. So it seemed like you got to push through. You got kids together. Plus my mom taught me that too. You know, having 5 kids, kind of you stick with a man, y'all got kids together, like just stick it out. Fuck it, stick it out. But I've learned that sticking it out can be the reason that you don't actually it don't stick for you. So being in a relationship that was exactly the same as my son's dad's relationship, because this dude, he was nutting at me every single day he got the chance to, trying to get me pregnant. So not only was he sleeping with other women and had a baby mother and a child, but he's also trying to have sex with me, or was having sex with me and ejaculating in me every single time, trying to get me pregnant, trying to lock me into him forever. But God works in mysterious ways. The universe works in mysterious ways. It's like it's not a match. Based on what you're willing to do for the rest of your life, sir, it's not a match. We're not going to let this fly. There's only been one, two, three people in this planet that have been able to get me pregnant. The first guy, my son's dad, and the last guy. Nobody else. Whoever they were at the time and whoever they were going to become was worth a forever with them. There was a man when I was in high school that would ejaculate in me every single time he got the chance to, and I never got pregnant by him. Ever. Never, not once. That man has so many kids now, but who he is was not in conjunction with who I am. So it just didn't work. You get what I'm saying? It didn't stick because it wasn't meant to be a forever there. So that's why the loss in the relationship isn't a problem for me, because I know it wasn't supposed to stick. That's why it didn't. There's only been 3 men able to get me pregnant. One man twice. My son's dad is the only person that made it happen more than once. So there's obviously something to be focused on there. but he's in jail. So there's something to be focused on with that as well. And we got the Tim song, I will wait for you, I will wait for you, I will wait for you. And gives everybody else more time to grow on their spiritual journey, you know? My baby daddy's locked up. The last dude I talked to, I don't know what's going on with him. I see him in my face, but I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, I know we could if it's supposed to be in the stars, but when you looking at 10 more years of being locked up, the first thing on your mind is not to tell somebody that you got to stay with me and hold me down for the next 10 years, especially when you know you gave them 10 years to 13 years of hell and your ass to kiss. He don't even feel like he got the right to ask me to hold him down no more. That's why every time I bring it up, he'd be like, you gonna do what you wanna do? Because this other baby mother that he left me for, because she was such a ride or die, left his ass and she just had her third kid with somebody else. So that just kind of put a little, notch in his ego, or a little knockback in his ego, and it just kind of helped him realize, like, yeah, this ain't what you thought that was. That ain't what you think this is. It's not gonna be like that. I believe a spiritual connection is made for pregnancy, or is needed for pregnancy. I think it is a very spiritual thing, because the spirit has to be channeled through two individuals whose spirits have to be in conjunction in order to manifest another energy. So if those two energies are like this in real life, just imagine what they doing in the womb. The sperm probably meeting the egg and it's like boink, 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 boink. It was probably like, fuck no, hell no, not going to happen. No, even if the baby do start growing, we gonna make this motherfucker fall down, because hell no. Because the last time I was pregnant and it was like a successful pregnancy, I ended up having a miscarriage and then an ectopic pregnancy that made me lose a damn fallopian tube. Like, God knew that dude might have been right for me, but something wasn't right in his mind and what his goal was in that situation. So he made it not go through at the end, because the dude came in one way and then started acting another way once he realized what it was. And God was like, it's cool, because he went and got somebody else pregnant. And even she went and got pregnant by somebody else, and she about to have another baby. So I'm looking at their lives like, the men that I date, they all look the same to me, because they be going through the same thing. They leave me because they think, oh, it's boring here. Oh, it's too much going on here. Then they go fuck around and get another girl pregnant. Then the girl end up leaving them, seeing, because she's like, yeah, I'm pregnant by him. I knew you were supposed to get pregnant. And then end up leaving his ass and going with somebody else too. I'm like, see, y'all thought that I was the dumb bitch because I didn't end up pregnant. No, God was blessing me to make sure I wasn't pregnant, because he had to let y'all see that the fucking shit that y'all thought was cool. I got the nigga. I got him, bitch. Yeah, he wasn't nothing to have. So go ahead and get him if you want to, dum dum. I don't need his ass. Stupid. Stupid. So for me, in this understanding, people say you might end up 50 and 40 single and alone. It's like, baby, I didn't live the life where I learned what the lesson of my family was. I know the generational curse. That's why I had a son, so I could raise a man who knows how to be a good husband. Because the curse in my family was women being plagued by men who had a lot of mommy daddy issues that couldn't be good men. That was what I learned in my soul. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. He talking about a clown wig. Go sit. Why do you keep coming here? Like, y'all be saying the right shit first and then come here and then be trying to like fuck on somebody. Like, y'all spirit be trying to just get up in somebody's guts. Like, I knew that was you in my solar plexus. You a weird ass bitch, bro. Go fuck to hell, bro. I hate a nigga that come on here just to fucking energy swap and then just like trash talk. Like, get the fuck out of my guts. I knew I had to look at your brain. I knew it was you. I had to just go single your energy out. Your motherfucking shit plugged right into my solar plexus. Nigga, get the fuck away. You see confidence over here. You try and snatch. Fuck off my timeline and get the fuck out of my house. I don't play with y'all bitch ass niggas in spirit. I don't have time to play with y'all. You want to go be throwing that magic and shit? Go throw that shit somewhere else where a bitch ain't aware of what the fuck going on out here. Don't play in my face, bruh. The fuck off my timeline. You talking the most shit, but you locked up in my motherfucking solar plexus. You trying energy swap off of me. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Go find something else to do on this wonderful Friday.
The fuck? Y'all females have more power than y'all think. Her hair is amazing. Where's your son now? He's at my mother's house. Where they was treating me weird. So that's the one thing that keeps my mind a little off kilter. That's the one thing that keep my mind a little off kilter, because it's like my son is over there with a bunch of people who don't necessarily like me. Who's actually keeping their eyes on him and making sure he's standing up straight? Because every time I look at his spirit, it's like he getting rolled over or something. Like, who's actually making sure he's standing up straight? He ain't in camp no more. They didn't even put him in no basketball this summer. All this talk about we got money, we da 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 da. I'm like, why is my son not in basketball? Why is my son not in sports? Why is this motherfucker over here in my shit? Like, nigga, you don't get the fuck out of my face. I really love your channel so much. It's really helping me. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But yeah, it's just I don't get mad no more, because it's like I understand what the lessons be, for real, for real. No excuse, but it's something to think about. We don't be mindful of the extra things we go through in this world. Love changes everything. Nah, for sure, love does, but it's like you can't love somebody that every time you try to love them. Like, I tried to get my brother out of a bind yesterday, and out of nowhere, everything in my fucking universe just crumbled. My son's great, to my knowledge. He been acting like he got a cold lately though, and my son don't never be sick. But he's in a room. See, I don't even put it into the universe, because I think that's why he getting sick, because I keep talking about it like that. I'm not even gonna manifest that, but they know what the fuck I be thinking about with him being over there. And they not doing nothing about it, and I don't like that shit. They keep on trying to call me an unfit parent. It's crazy. 13. Like, I be getting sick of Sarah and Rebecca and Samantha. Come on, y'all. Y'all either supporting a woman doing her thing, or y'all trying to tear it down. Which one is it? I helped one of my family members one day, and I kept catching hell, so I allowed them to go through it. That's what I'm saying. Our parents were unfit. No, they really were. But I cried about it this morning. I was thinking, like, what would ever happen if my parents had actually like learned to work with each other instead of against each other my whole entire life? You know what I never noticed on here, the peace and harmony card? There's a red cardinal up there. I never recognized that until today. And there's always a red cardinal outside of my car, or whenever I'm about to have a good day, it's a red cardinal. It makes me think about one particular person. Look, the sky's super blue now. Cool shit. Okay. Oh, wishing him all the love. Hope he feels better soon. Red cardinals are always female. You got some good ladies looking out for you. Red cardinals are guys. The red ones are for the boys. The brown ones are the ladies. They have like red at the top of their head, but they're brown in the body. The ladies. It's a guy. So in order for you to get to this portal, you got to go with some kind of love at first sight offer, which is going to create some kind of peace and harmony. Hence the red cardinal up there.
And just watch out for your kid though, because that might cost you a relationship or the health of your child. So that's why I be like not dating people for real. That's another reason why I be single, because people's energy affects your children. When it comes to your soul and water today, we got the Knight of Cups, the fast-witted thinker, knows the family got heirlooms that they dropping. A kid is gonna make an unlikely partnership with somebody though, and be in their imagination and help them manifest to get this message out to you. And the message is, you got to be a student to this King of Pentacles, even though they selfish. And that's why I said I'm a student of everything that I just learned. Even though he was selfish with his love, it taught me so much. And it taught me to respect my own world and build my own foundation and only submit my world and give my queendom to the man that is willing to treat me like a queen, even in his world. So this lesson that was just to be learned right here from this King of Pentacles and the selfish person, because this means to be a student, everything I just taught y'all in this live, or everything that I shared with y'all in this live. Be a student of your circumstances. Don't let your circumstances be the reasons that you fail. Like, bro, you're a student to your circumstance. Like, you can't fail when you know what the fuck what's going on. Like, all y'all in my energy right now, some of y'all might be like, oh, we fucking the shit out of this girl. We all in her ass. We all through her shit. But it's like, when you know what you know, it's like, I can restabilize at any given point. I really would prefer y'all to just be around my aura versus trying to get inside my house. But I know how to close the doors if I need to. So for these weird ass energy bikes,
Like this weird ass dude on his bike over here, just in the environment, you know. You got to get into solitude and be a smart person, just like this Queen of Swords. See, his baby mother was a Queen of Swords. That's what
I would never go back to his ass. Trap death, get out of this crazy situation. Somebody's going to jail, so stay away. Or somebody's already in jail. Spiritual jail, maybe, so stay away. Because they about to get their ass handed to them. And it's a wheel of fortune. It's a part of their judgment. You're a high priestess. You can see the future. You know what's about to happen. The lover situation is going to meet a tower, but you got to take a leap of faith in order for that to happen. My necklace is crystal praise, which is a crystal to help clear the forehead energy. And this right here is malachite, which is for the heart chakra. To help clear out your energies when you focus on them and actually channel your energy through them. Which I only do in my own time usually, but I did it on camera for the first time. So I don't know if y'all felt it or y'all got to experience it. Hopefully so. I am Reiki licensed, meaning I went under actual Reiki practitioner and trained, so I know what I'm doing. But I gotta clear my crown chakra channel because there's a lot of stuff up there that needs to get. Actually, this is really my casual chakra that needs to get cleared. And somebody strong arming the shit out of my casual chakra. Hold on. Yeah, it was just something back there that was going on that was blocking up the ability to, as they say, make space. Because that's actually a portal to keep yourself elevated. You go backwards and up. You go through here and you go like up this way. It's a white people thing. I learned it from white people. No, I actually learned it from a black girl too. But she be around white people. But that's where I learned it from. They're like, yeah, we like to just make space and that's how we do it. She showed me while I was at the doctor's office. Helps you stay above stuff. Like, it's like your own little elevator. Okay, we have the wind activation. So when the wind blows, you're being activated. Stick with your instincts when it comes to love. Excuse me, y'all. It's just when I remove energies that I've been channeling, or I remove energies that are no good for my aura, I burp a lot. So on this channel, you're gonna get a lot of burping. You might even get a fart or two, because I be letting them spirits out when they're not meant to be in my house. I don't give a damn what you think about it. I'm not about to be holding no bad spirits just because it's unladylike to fart and burp. It's unladylike to keep a dirty house. So they're not about to be up in my house just chilling. Casper, the fucked up ghost, ain't about to be sitting on my couch if I know how to clean them out. Okay, it says go with the flow, ebb and flow. For new beginnings to happen. So I don't know, my ex been talking to me a lot lately. It's fogged as veil, but look, the sky got blue out of nowhere, so it's not fogged and veil no more. Something changing. Look, dude on his bike finally like moving. Child. You are in fact a shaman, a healer, and people come to you to heal. They want to be in your energy so you can heal them, but it's like, bitch, pay me. Fuck you over here in my face. Send some donations, y'all. I think you'll be like, oh, it's wrong to be on the tarot channel and ask for donation. You should be doing it out the love of your heart. No, send donations. I'm on here with y'all for 141 minutes. Send $5. Donate. Because what I'm doing, you're not going to find everybody to be able to do it for you. Especially if you in my energy and we healing together as one energy bubble, and I'm putting this good energy into you. You're not going to find somebody. Look, but I know it's this motherfucker. Hold on. You see what the gas station all involved, like all these motherfuckers all around me this whole morning just benefiting off the free energy cleansing. It'd be like, damn, y'all. I mean, I love y'all, but nigga, I got bills. Y'all see me living in this car. Y'all see me every morning rolling up here. Nigga, send $5 donation. Send $10 donation. Y'all know I live in my car. And y'all come here and get y'all gas every day. Why the fuck don't y'all send something? Y'all just want to fucking put y'all dicks up in a female and expect us to heal y'all. This should be so weird, bro. Then to be dominant in one's energy and not be able to help. It's like, I want to own this land, but I'm not going to mow it. I'm not going to plow it. I'm not going to clean it. I'm not going to do nothing for this land. I just want to own it and have my dick in it. That's fucking disrespectful as a man. To donate, my Cash App link is in my bio. Last time I got a reading, the sound went off. I know, but that's because I was trying to run away. You know, I've learned to just ground myself and be able to sit until it's time to let go. But like, y'all really got to be more mindful of the fact that, like, and I'm not even talking about a reading just for, or a donation for just a reading. I'm talking about a reading off the strength of like, or a donation off the strength of like, y'all know that the energy be healing. Like, y'all not coming in here picking up bad energy. If anything, I'm picking up y'all's energy and then still cleansing it. Like, I'm like a freaking filter for the shit that y'all got going on. Y'all at work. It's my off day. I'm helping y'all filter through y'all energy. Not saying I'm like a big dog or I'm like this important celebrity yet. But I damn for sure know how to do a lot of stuff that the average person can't do. I damn for sure know that I deserve a lot more than just, oh, you fine, oh, you cute, and a little bit of conversation. Like, I know I deserve the pathway that I want. I deserve a job making what I want to make. Look at this. They mad. They get mad. Black and red is getting mad. My mother and my baby father are racing to see who's gonna be in control of this spaceship today. When you get so spiritual that you realize the black car is this person and the red car is that person on the road, and you realize why I keep trying to cut you off. Every time you try to get away from it, you start seeing the blue car, you know who that is. You start seeing the green car, you know who that is. You see the white cars everywhere, the work vans, the school bus. You just be like, damn, dog. That level of consciousness be so out of this world. Nah, pay up. I get it. Motherfuckers ain't on here for nothing. Right. They just sitting here in the energy, like, getting juiced up. Y'all getting charged up. I ain't gonna hold you. It's beautiful to share y'all's world because it's a little bit bluer, clearer sky out here for sure. I mean, definitely closer to my side over there. I'm going towards my ex's house to go to 7-Eleven because that was kind of how my routine went. Do my live, go to 7-Eleven, get my coconut water, get my stuff, go to his house, and chill. That was like the routine, so I felt him back in my energy. So it's kind of like I'm doing that. But I really do want to just get a protein bar and get coconut water in the morning because my bladder was always on clean back when I was doing that. So, but yeah, I just wanted to add that into the atmosphere. I know that this live was kind of all over the place and we talked about a lot and we unpacked a lot, but the goal here was for people to realize, like, as much as you want to believe one version of the story, half of the time it probably even wasn't that. I ain't gonna hold you. I went back to a video of the dude too from 2 years ago. I was freestyling and then I was like, okay, it's your turn to freestyle. He's like, I can't even think. Some, bitch. I only want to talk to you because I just wanted a nut. He said, I can't even think. Man, fuck, bitch, I only wanted to talk to you because I just wanted a nut. It's like, damn, hearing that from 2 years ago and seeing how he treated me this year is like, I didn't even know he was trying to talk to me like 2 years ago. He was like, no, you was trying to sleep with me. You was trying to invite me over to your house. You was on my dick. I'm like, I was never on your dick. I just wanted to give you a place to sleep because I really genuinely did not feel like driving you home. Like, I was only around the corner. I didn't feel like driving. I think he smoked weed around me or something, and I was just like, well, he had just got some weed that night for the first time. He said he wasn't smoking. I watched him buy weed that day, and I was like, wow. And he asked to go to my house to like roll it or some shit, and I'm just like, I thought this nigga said that he wasn't sparking no more. What the fuck? It threw me off. I'm like, yeah, you could spend the night here. It's like, I think my spirit, I didn't even realize I was in control or I was doing this, but my spirit was testing his spirit's stability because he said he wasn't smoking or drinking or nothing back then. He was really on some different shit back then. That's why the way that I met him back then versus how I met him now is two completely different people. I'm like, no, it's not the same fucking person. I looked at the videos, it's the same person. But yeah, I think what I'm really starting to pick up from this situation is my spirit and my soul. Whether you believe it or not, your soul and your spirit has a mission. And a lot of times you aren't even aware of it, but it's still playing out how it needs to play out for you to learn the lesson. So for instance, the fact that we met 2 years ago, but then we didn't even date until 7, 8 months ago, but the story still played out and the videos from back then still show who he was today, this year. And even more so, like, I got tattoos. This is relative, right? I got some tattoos on my body. Like when I got the lotus flowers on my cheek, I knew nothing about what I told you about the bodhisattvas and how Buddhas and bodhisattvas are the only people who pictured in when it comes to Buddhist religion. Those are the only people who can sit on the lotus because the lotus shows that you've emerged out of the mud into a cleaner, better, higher version of yourself. Right? That's why they sit on the lotus. So the fact that I had 3 lotuses sitting on my hip, I never understood when I got the tattoo what that meant. When I got the tattoo on my hip, I just was getting a tattoo. I was just getting a tattoo. I didn't know that I was getting a tattoo that really meant, oh shit, like, this my motherfucker. You know, this is about to be my spiritual journey. This is about to be who I am. I wasn't even into Buddhist religion back then. I just was like, it was 3 flowers that was pictured on the special on Instagram. I said, I don't want those flowers. I want these flowers instead. Something in my spirit just told me to get the other flowers instead. And lo and behold, years later, I go to a museum, I work, and I learn about Buddhist history, and I got 3 lotus flowers tattooed on my hip. So technically, just like a Buddha or Bodhisattva, I'm sitting on 3 lotuses every single day. It's 3 lotuses tattooed on my hip right here. Well, I tried to rotate the hand. Why would you walk behind my car? I got 3 lotuses tattooed on me to this day. So technically I'm a Buddha / Bodhisattva because I'm literally already seated on 3 lotus flowers as we speak. So that's just how that shit roll out. Even my back tattoo, I don't concern myself between heaven and hell because I have friends in both places. Meaning I got people who I know they're going through hell. I got people who I know going through heaven. I'm friends with both of them because I understand both sides of the story. I don't pick and choose. I'm not tripping off that shit, bro. I know how to clean that shit up every single time, and shit don't bother me no more. Like, I'm immune to how painful whatever his energy is, and what it don't bother me no more. Like, it don't hurt me no more, because it's like, to me, if you gotta do all that, or if you feel the need to try to dominate a woman or stand over somebody like this, like, I can't feel that. It's just like, you showing me that you giving me more power than you got credit to give yourself, because why would you need to do all that? If you really love a woman, you be able to know, like, even if you really love a dog, you can walk a dog without a leash. Y'all know that, right? If you really fuck with your dog and your dog is really your dog, you can walk that motherfucker without a leash. You get what I'm saying? That's why they say, if a man that can tell me what to do can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do. It's a saying for a reason. So if you gotta do all that, then I'm really not your bitch. I'm really not your girl. I'm really not who you think I am to you. If you gotta handle it like that, that's law. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to share that with y'all, like, for real, on some real